Something ancient clicks in your small mind, wordless but heavy. If I don't hold everything together, no one will. And that's how a child disappears, not physically, but psychologically. They smile more, cry less, they learn to read the room before they even speak. They become the emotional thermostat of the household. They become small adults long before their minds are ready, and the world praises them for it. You're so mature. You're so responsible. You're so strong. But no one ever asks, at what cost? This is the invisible grief of those who grew up too fast. And today, we're going deep inside the psychology of that child. Because these effects don't fade with age, they shape you. They follow you into your relationships, your career, your sense of worth. And if you don't understand what happened, you'll spend your adult life repeating the same survival patterns that once saved you, but now slowly destroy you. Let's start with what's really happening, developmentally. When a child is forced to emotionally support adults, psychologists call it parentification. The child becomes the caregiver, the peacekeeper, the therapist. The protector, it's not just unhealthy, it rewires the brain. Because when a child is put in charge of emotional regulation, the result is hypervigilance. You're always scanning for danger. You walk on eggshells. You learn that love is a transaction. You give peace, and maybe you'll get safety. You learn that your needs are dangerous and theirs are urgent. So you disappear, not physically, but emotionally, and in your place. A version of you performs perfectly. The good child, the quiet achiever, the therapist friend, the one who never asks for anything. You wear that mask so convincingly that even you forget it's a mask. But deep down, something aches, something hurts, because the child you buried didn't die. They're still in there, screaming silently, "Why didn't anyone protect me?" As you grow older, the symptoms evolve. You become hyper-independent. You refuse help. You push people away. You never feel safe in love. You feel numb in happy moments because joy feels unfamiliar, unearned, dangerous. You can't rest because productivity feels like the only proof of worth, and you don't even realize you're still living in survival mode. When dysfunction is normalized early, your nervous system accepts chaos as home. Stillness feels wrong. Peace feels suspicious. Love feels like a debt you'll have to repay. This is the psychology of a child forced to grow up too fast. It's not sadness, it's complex trauma. Why does a child take on that role? Because children will do anything for attachment, even abandon themselves. It's not a choice, it's biology. In the absence of safety, the child sacrifices authenticity for belonging. That's not weakness, that's intelligence. That's instinct. But what saved you then imprisons you now. So many of us are high-functioning adults with neglected inner children pulling the strings. We overachieve to earn love. We stay silent to avoid abandonment. We take care of everyone, but secretly wish someone would just ask, "Are you okay?" That quiet fantasy that someone might notice you're not as strong as you seem, that maybe you'll finally get to fall apart and be held. That's the unmet need, not of your adult self, but of the child who never got to be a child. Healing doesn't begin with fixing. It begins with witnessing. Because until you validate what happened, you'll keep gaslighting yourself with thoughts like, "It wasn't that bad. Others had it worse. I turned out fine." But fine is a mask too, and you know it. So what happens when that child grows up? They become adults who never feel safe, even in calm rooms. Lovers who can't trust softness. Givers who can't receive. People who apologize for crying, flinch at compliments, and confuse exhaustion with success. That is the cost of growing up too fast. Because if your childhood trained you to be strong instead of soft, quiet instead of honest, to fix others while ignoring your own fractures, you inherit an adulthood where you're always holding your breath, waiting for permission to finally fall apart. But here's the truth. No one's coming to rescue the child you buried. You are the one who must go back. Hold their hand. Say what no one ever said. You didn't deserve that. You were just a child. You can rest now. That's the beginning of shadow work. Not fixing, not performing, not bypassing pain with fake positivity, but turning toward those abandoned parts of yourself and saying, I see you. I hear you. I'm not leaving. It's brutal work. It means feeling the grief you never had time to feel, the rage, the sorrow, the unmet needs. It means weeping for birthdays no one showed up to, mourning the innocence you lost, protecting people who should have protected you. But grief isn't weakness. It's proof you're healing, because what was once frozen is finally thawing. And as adults, those patterns linger. You might play therapist to your friends, but never let them see you. You might be praised for independence, while terrified of being a burden. You might overfunction in relationships, always fixing, managing, explaining, and wondering why you feel resentful. You might struggle with boundaries because no still feels like betrayal. But remember, these aren't personality traits. They're coping strategies. Learned, conditioned, and yes, unlearnable. But only when you stop idolizing your strength and start honoring your wounds. Ask your inner child, what did I need back then that I never got? You may hear, I needed someone to tell me it wasn't my fault. I needed someone to ask how I was doing. I needed to play, to rest, to laugh without fear. Then, slowly, give those things to yourself. Not to fix the past, but to stop reliving it. That's how you stop seeking parents in your partners. That's how you stop mistaking anxiety for intuition. That's how you stop running from the child you were and the self you're becoming. Carl Jung said, there is no coming to consciousness without pain. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. But shadow work asks you to face it, all of it. The neglected, the ashamed, the angry, the scared. Because healing isn't becoming someone new. It's remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. So if you grew up too fast, hear this. Your maturity was never the problem. The problem was you had no choice, but now you do. You can choose softness. You can choose rest. You can choose to stop managing everyone else's emotions and start honoring your own. No, it won't happen overnight. There will be days you feel like a child again. Good, that's the point. Let that child come home. Let them cry. Let them play. Let them finally be seen. Because you're not broken. You're becoming whole. Maybe for the first time, you're finally growing up the right way. Not through pressure, not through fear, but through truth. You never had a childhood, but you still have a future, and this time, you get to write it.